Joni, ask players harder to block out good noise versus bad noise now that you're winning, and everybody's telling players how good they are and things are going well.
I think it's easier because we weren't hearing it 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. And so I think part of it is just continue to trust the circle that we had, when we were going through the storm. And so it's when you forecast some things and they come true, it just helps out in a lot of situations, whether we're talking the wins we've had or just people or things. And so I think they have a really good understanding of what got us here, and to continue to do that, to put us in the best position possible to continue to have some of the success we've had.
As a coach and as just a mentor in some of these girls' lives, just how inspiring do you think this specific story has been to just, you can go through the storm and not give up?
We said this was going to happen exactly the way it happened, like 100%. And I said this post media a couple weeks ago. When we as adults don't get the outcome we want, sometimes we don't respond the right way. And for us to stand up in the locker room and predict what was going to happen, and they believe it, and then everything hits the fan, and they still show up every single day, and to now see the fruits of their labor, I'm excited for them because it just shows how God works. It shows how strong their faith has been, and adversity is going to come again, not only in this conference, but just in life. And so what a great thing for them to go pull back on. Like, we're talking basketball, but we're not talking basketball, right? These are life lessons. And so what a great story for them to always be able to pull out of their tank to say, I know what it's like to go through something really, really hard, continue to have faith, continue to trust, continue to pray, continue to believe in the people who believe in me, and see the outcome on the other side of it. I think it's tremendous, absolutely tremendous.
And then there's obviously nothing we can do about it now. Just the non-conference games, do you feel like this team should be punished for not playing as many?
Well, no, because again, like, I don't want to be sarcastic in any way, but we're going to get punished for not going to play another quad four team and blowing them out by 30. Like, and if you look at the non-conference games we did play, we played Kansas State, we played Georgia Tech, we played Colorado, right? We played West Virginia. So let's look at those non-conference games. We can't control people who dropped us at the last minute. What we did was played the schedule that we had, and I think we did a very good job. So if we were to have more non-conference games, those 2 or 3 games, then what would the committee have said about that? Because against our Power 4 opponents, I think we represented very well.
Been a high major coach for a while now. Like, have you ever been a part of anything like this? Like, totally backs against the wall, looks like the season might be over in January, and then all of a sudden here we are on March 2nd. We're talking NCAA tournament team. Have you ever experienced a turnaround quite like this?
Yes. Yes, when I was an assistant at Georgia, and we started out 0-4 one year. Same kind of situation. Not exactly like this, but similar enough to know that in this league, I think it speaks to more of the longevity I've had in this league. And then, Alexis Hyder played in this league. Alex Varlin coached in this league. Rob and Chelsea have coached in this league for a long time. Darius has coached in this league for a long time, and now he's back. I mean, we just have a ton of experience in the room. And so I think that we've seen not this exact thing, but something similar enough to know that if we can make sure that everybody's connected, what would happen on the other side.
Thoughts on playing Auburn again? They're a team that's got nothing to lose. They got to win out, obviously, and you're a team that in some ways has everything to lose because you lose one game, it's over too. Just thoughts on playing them again?
Well, I think obviously we have great respect for everybody in this league. Auburn's talented. They're extremely athletic. They have great post play. They've got good guards. And so we've got to handle their pressure. We've got to make sure we keep them off the glass. And then we've got to continue to share the ball and make sure the ball has good pop and good energy the way we've been playing.
How much of an improvement has your bench helped? Like somebody like Nye gets 2 extra minutes, and maybe she plays a little better down the stretch, which we can't see, but maybe you see on film because she goes so hard. But how much involvement do you feel that your bench has helped during this stretch?
I think it's been great. I think the minutes that Cheney has been able to give Nye, the minutes that Anita has been able to give Fast, especially now when we lost P at Tennessee, I think it's tremendous. And our four wings, like they've just continued as a collective unit to play at a very, very high level. You talk about putting pressure on the defense when you sub two out and sub two more in, and then sub two out and sub two more in. Those are four starters. Emerald has done a great job backing up Lauren. And so I just am excited for their continued trust and belief. That's another thing that's hard to do when you're not getting the minutes that maybe you think you should get or you want, or even if you're just not playing. That's a hard thing to deal with. And for them to understand the importance of their play when they're in there to relieve our starters is just huge.
So ladies, I'm sure early in the year, people ask, why aren't you winning a little bit, maybe outside noise? I think both of you may have talked about it. What about now handling, everybody telling you you're doing great? How do you handle that, or is that easy to handle or not? For either one of you.
I mean, Joni's been saying, like, keep receipts. Like, we know who believed in us, and that was basically us, the only people that were in the circle. We were the only ones that believed in us, so she just kind of reminded us, keep tabs of who was there when we were down and now who's trying to reach out when we're up. But I mean, we're all taking it a humble one game at a time. Like, we still haven't really done anything yet. There's a lot more we want to accomplish and want to do, so just kind of keeping the main thing, and all the outside noise, like you said, that's just noise, and we're not focused on that, just trying to win the next game.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I would say I remember we was in the locker room. Well, actually, the film room, and she was just kind of talking about how we were good. She just kind of kept us calm and steady, and we talked about how we were just in a storm. And now that we sit in some sunlight, that's okay. And with the sunlight comes, people that doubted us, and like kind of how Lo said, just keep the receipts. But again, we're staying humble with it. We still got more to grow and be better in.
Can you walk us through the end of that game? From the TV broadcast, I saw you kind of huddle everyone, and everyone took a deep breath. Like, I could literally see just everyone kind of calm down, and then just finishing up that game. Just kind of talk about that stretch.
Yeah, I mean, we do a lot of work outside of the practice court with, like, team building, and Ashley's the one who kind of is the head of that. And we've been working on a lot of different things from the beginning of the season that we have started to grow in and stay consistent in. And one of those things was working on our breathing, just calming down in those high stress situations. And that has proven, I think, for us to like really help us in those games where we've been close kind of in the end and trying to fight back on a run. And I mean, just huddling us all together and all being on the same page, I think it calms everybody down and kind of keeps us present and in the moment. And I think we were able to show up in that moment. So.
And how nice is it to, I know they call her little Joni, just
Yeah.
on the court, just have someone like that that's able to kind of bring you back to ground.
No, I tell you all the time, but everyone needs a Lo. Like, everyone needs a Lo in their team. Like, the experience that she has, the poise that she has. I mean, again, she's battling some stuff that no one ever knows about, but she goes out there every day and gives her 100%. So we need Lo on the court, and anytime she's on the court, she just brings that, that poise and that leadership that we need.
And you've been on 2 NCAA tournament teams. Do you think this is one?
Of course. I wouldn't have came here if I didn't. Yeah, I definitely think that this team deserves to, be in the tournament, but,
Same with you, Lauren. You've been on one too.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think we've proven that to be true in our last couple of games. And I mean, whatever happens, but we're just going to control what we can control and continue to grow and get better.
Both of you with that experience, just like what about those previous teams that you were a part of, those NCAA tournament teams? What do you think is similar maybe with this group's makeup as those ones you experienced previously?
I mean, I was on a team where we were picked preseason last, and then we came and we won the whole thing. So I think just showing up every day and having a smile on your face and just being where your feet are, I think that this team did exactly that and fought back. And I just think that over time, you realize that you have more in you and you have to do more in order to be a NCAA team. And I think that that's what this team has continued to do every day.
Early thoughts on Auburn for both of you?
I mean, we just watched film today. Obviously, we played them not too long ago, but Joni kind of said, like, it's hard to beat a team twice. Like, it's harder the next time around. Everyone has gotten the feel of how we play. We've scouted each other a little bit more, seen more game film and stuff like that, tendencies. So it's going to be another tough battle. I mean, every game in the SEC is, and it's going to continue in the tournament. So just preparing for that and being locked in.
What do you ladies remember about that game that worked for you guys? Because that's during your run, obviously. What do you remember about went well for you in that game?
Yeah, I would definitely say sticking to game plan. They shot they shot the ball well in the first half, and then they start missing a couple shots that they made in the first half. So I just think that, sticking to the game plan that we had and just kind of believing that the game plan works and pushing pace and doing what we do, and controlling what we can control, I think that was the biggest turnaround for us.
Now, what's your approach defensively when you're trying to get a steal? I mean, you're one of 3 players to record multiple in SEC games, so just how do you kind of approach that side of the game?
I mean, yeah, I'm 5'3", so you gotta be able to play some type of defense in order to, stay on the court. So I think for me, just stand in front of my defender and kind of just watching them, and then you kind of just gotta have some type of instinct to, go and get the ball. So yeah, I just think that I have to be a pesky defender in order to stay on the court. So I just think that that's just something that I just always decided to have.
For either player, and I know you've been, limited this year, Lauren, by injuries, but when you guys are strong and early in the year, you're playing 30, 35 minutes. My question is, now that the bench has come on and playing a lot more down the stretch, how much has that helped you guys? Because I know you guys give it your all, you're out there, you look tired at times, but how much has that bench improvement helped both of you?
Oh, 100%. It's helped tremendously. I think that just the confidence that we've given them to, go out there and when their number is called to just step up to the plate and be ready. I think that our bench has done a very good job with that and just kind of just staying confident with them. A lot of times when they don't get a lot of playing time, a lot of people kind of just sit back and just don't want to go out there. I think that they do a very good job with responding and just being out there, and they've been doing very, very well.
Anything to add about that? Do you relax a little bit more now in late February than maybe you did in December or early January when the bench players came in, or not?
I've always had confidence in my teammates, so I've never not relaxed anytime they were out there. Kind of, hey, you got to give them confidence in order for them to be out there. If they feel like their teammates don't have confidence in them, then why would they have confidence in themselves? So I've always been relaxed when they out there.